Okay, we're going to game one now, so let's see how we do. So Katt goes straight into his Milloween if Floforian has a Setsu, maybe expecting the Milloween. We'll have to see how this goes.
Yeah.
So, just a bit of bridge scuffles right now, although these Stun Lancers do need to be dealt with somehow. Not sure these propellers are quite enough. So, everything gets stunned.
Just a little bit of a trade-off with the Stun Lancers there, and a little bit of damage from Milloween herself. The Clear Skies comes out. You don't see a lot. That's something you don't see from a lot of Milloween players, I think, or a lot of Milloween games, like in the early game. Katt not afraid to use that Clear Skies, get the value out of it to keep these Stun Lancers up and running, and because of it, he's getting this bit of damage. A lot of people I know, they kind of just sit on Clear Skies until a little later on, but Katt showing that it is a really useful card, you know, like you can get the value out of it.
Yeah, it just seems like Floforian had a bit of an issue there, not really having any good answer to the Stun Lancers that Katt had incoming. And now again, the same sort of problem. Now it's even worse. He's got these wolves. Let's see if Floforian has something that can repel these werewolves. This Flightless Dragons is going to attract the attention of one of the werewolves, though. So, not actually going to be that effective. Well, it was okay. Flightless Dragons lived.
Yeah. This is already a nice golem in the top side from Katt, level 3. Kind of menacingly walking in, and
I mean, yeah, this has been like a bit of a unforeseen reversal where it's Floforian under a huge amount of pressure, and the Milloween is the one being the aggressor here.
Yeah, you don't really see that super early normally.
A bit unexpected for Floforian. May not have like expected like all these like wolves and all that. I mean, Katt does have his the Howling Moon just in his Milloween deck.
I really feel like the Howling Moon Golem pushes are super strong, you know, really just a strong combination to get out there. And you see Floforian's down to 600 health, and you know, unlike Katt, he doesn't have that Clear Skies, he doesn't have that healing option. Because of the pressure that he is under, you know, Katt's less likely to use Clear Skies in as many situations. Probably hold it for just the right spots, you know, so that he doesn't risk healing Floforian too much. But I mean, with the way he's been playing, with the aggression that he's shown with this Millow in the early game, it's not really going to be a struggle for him, I think. Like, he's not under pressure to use Clear Skies.
Yeah, I mean, I just have to point out, this is really clever dex construction from Katt. Like, he figured Floforian is probably going to play something aggressive, because he has both Volko and Setsu available. So, Katt is going to play a very counter-aggressive deck, where he keeps Howling Moon in the deck. He doesn't have Bridge Shrine. He's going to try to play the aggressor as much as can, and boy, is it working.
Yeah, that was really good little exchange there. I don't know if you caught that, but the stun rocks back and forth were really, it was a nice exchange, and Floforian handled it really well to make sure that his units came out on top. He's still the player under pressure here for sure, though.
Yeah, I mean,
and
he's hanging
Katt
in there, but he's hanging in there, but he needs to do a little bit better than just hanging in there at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to find a way to turn things around. Like, he can't just hold on. He needs to get a change, and I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, he's under 300 health. Katt's almost perk 3, and perk 3 Milloween is the scariest point, other than Mana Frenzy, of course. And this is, again, you know, this is the solid push coming through. That's a level 6 Golem on the top side, and there's the perk. And now it's a level 5 Golem on the bot side, you know? I mean, these are really strong units, and just not looking great. Even with this big push, depending on how Katt handles this push. And a player like Katt's not likely to mess up on handling that, you know? He's not going to make the the kind of common mistake you might see on ladder. He's not going to feel too pressured.
Yeah, I mean, Floyd's trying to hold out with his cleavers and his stun lancers, doing his best to defend here. His cleaver goes down top lane. Oh, last shot kills the golem. That would have been big trouble if he couldn't kill that golem.
Yeah, and I still think it's big trouble even though, I mean, he is really in such a bad spot right now.
Okay, Setsu is jumping onto the field. He's almost got perk 3. No, he doesn't get it in time. And I have to wonder if he should have just waited a few more seconds before using Setsu jump, because now he has perk 3. It would have been a lot better if he had the stun laser as he jumped out.
The stun's gonna help him with this wolf on his face, but he's under 200 now. And these are 2 big golems coming in on the bottom side.
Yeah, that
the shock rock comes through in the pocket to stop the stun lancers, do some damage. The arcane missiles played cleverly on the side there, just run right through. And man, I agree with what you said earlier. There was some really good deck construction from Katt there to make his list. Instead of playing a very, very reserved, like a slow style with his Milloween and playing the long game like we normally see, he was really aggressive from the start. He just kind of took control early, and Floforian never had a way to get back into it.
Yep, agreed. Floforian's gonna have to find it. Well, I mean, it's tough now because Floforian, like, he has to know, like, this is still a possibility that Katt plays sort of more aggressive style of Milloween with the Howling Moon and the Stun Lancers.
Yeah.
And like Shock Rock too.
Yeah, but he also
favor a bit.
There's a bit of potential for mind games too, though, from Katt. I mean, he has like the Bridge Shrine in his sideboard. You know, he has some other like control your options, and there's really the chance that Katt could try to play the mind games. He could try to read it and be like, well, he's gonna try to turn it up a notch here and play this out so that he can punish.
I mean, all Katt has to do is swap out 2 cards for like Bridge Shrine and Magma Storm, and suddenly it's just like an experienced Mana Frenzy control deck.
Yeah, and man, if you thought Katt looked good on the aggression there with Milloween, I don't think there's a better player in the game right now in Mana Frenzy than Katt. When it comes to those late game fights like that, he really is top of the line, Yeah, I mean, that's his specialty. I've seen him win so many games. He's down through most of the game, and then right when late, like perk 3, when people are approaching Mana Frenzy, he just like plays like a monster and just takes over the board. And Katt's he's a really good example. I've seen a couple of people who are newer to the game have this misconception that when you hit Mana Frenzy, you just slam whatever cards you have down and you just kind of like you win because you just play everything. And I think Katt is one of those really good examples of how Mana Frenzy isn't just about slapping in all of your cards. You still have to make choices, and he just makes them really fast. He makes the right ones. Definitely excited to see what happens here, see if he sideboards, changes up, or he keeps playing this kind of faster paced Milloween as we load into game 2, and it's going to be the Volca.
Alright, I mean, I guess that does cover his bases a bit, because no matter what Katt did with his deck with sideboarding, Flo at least knows that he has Burn the Bridges to help kill the golems. That's always going to be a constant in this matchup, no matter what the cards are. Of course, on the other side is that the Firebolts might not be too effective because Katt has his Clear Skies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which Katt indeed still has in his deck. He has not removed that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
In fact, it it looks like basically Katt's deck is the exact same from the previous game. So
Yeah, really not surprised to see Clear Skies still there. I don't think Clear Skies is a card. Even if you wanted to switch things around and play a slightly different pace, I don't think Clear Skies is something you take out. So I'm not super surprised to see that still there. And it comes in handy too later in the game. It can, you know, swing some trades with Burn the Bridges. And late game, it helps against the Rage, right? It clears the Rage of Volko Perk 3 minion.
yeah,
So-
I believe that is true.
So that should, you know, just another use for it there.
Looks like Katt has the leg up in this game so far. He's ahead in experience by a bit.
Yep, it's a nice little
Oh,
XP lead building up for him.
Floforian did a really good job keeping the top bridge under control using both the Clear Skies and the Shock Rock top lane to keep that golem alive. I'm sure Floforian is wishing he could commit a little bit more to have defended that top bridge. So,
Looking pretty good for Katt. Still has a nice bit of an experience lead. Plays the Clear Skies just for the heal here. Might as well stay topped off.
yeah, we'll see if Floforian can try and use this possible mana advantage that he got from Katt playing Clear Skies to take both these bridges. But the bridge buddies are doing a great job at keeping this bridge control, whereas the really small minions and the crossbow dudes are not doing a good job. In contrast, so. And also, a bit unfortunately for Floforian, he is playing this. Well, he's playing the Defensor Chopper, which is a very good card in this matchup where Katt still has the Howling Moon and the Stun Lancers. But Floforian's getting into situations where, like, Katt is able to kill the Defensor Chopper with his golems, and so leaving Floforian open to the things he's trying to counter with the Defensor Chopper. So I do think Floforian does need to be a bit careful about when he plays his Defenso. Make sure that it is going to counter the Stun Lancers or the Howling Moon.
Yeah.
This the Dragon Whelp is also a really big problem for Floforian. It doesn't seem like he had like a good answer to that when Floforian, I think multiple times now, has played down a warrior to take a bridge, and Katt just answers with a Dragon Whelp, and Floforian just has to just put his hands up in the air and says, "I can't deal with that right now."
Yeah, gonna have to wait.
Big problem.
Yeah. Honestly, man, it's really early to call anything, like, in a way, because, you know, games can swing really easily. But I feel like this is 100% Katt's game to lose at this point. I feel like Katt needs to either make a monumental mistake, or Floforian needs to find an insane hero play to bring back this game. With the perk 3 in hand, with the massive XP lead, you know, 40, he's only 60 away from Mana Frenzy. Even if Floforian manages to buckle down starting right now and start to hold out in this game, it's going to Mana Frenzy 100%. And yeah, I mean, you see it right now. Even he's I'm pretty sure just resigned at this point. He knows it's done. He doesn't want to spend too much more focus on this matchup if he doesn't have to. Maybe starting to prep for the next matchup a little bit mentally, figure out what he's going to do to beat this deck with his remaining deck, because it's just not happening.
Yeah, I mean, he's down really, really low. So, I mean, he's trying to put as many firebolts into Katt as he can. I guess the one good thing about that at this point is if Katt feels like he needs to clear skies, he'll heal Floforian and maybe make his HP not so critical, but
yeah, I really
he might
feel
be dying
like
really soon here.
Yeah, I feel like the Clear Skies at this point is playing with your food. If Katt plays it out to heal Floforian, like...
It looks like this top lane push might be a bit too much with the werewolf.
Yeah,
Defensive chopper is out in
this is
time,
certainly,
but the
yeah, he
golems
doesn't...
might be it, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything to play to block these missiles. Both golems are there, the top push. It's just too much. And really, it's one of those games where you can kind of tell in the mid game, you just know it's kind of over. I mean, it really went well for Katt there.
Yeah, did Flo have his own defenso choppers in that deck?
Flo did have defenso chopper, yeah.
I mean, not defenso, sorry, the stun lancers. They both stun. Can't blame me for getting them mixed up.
Getting your stuns confused.
Yeah, did he have stun lancers? Do you know?
I'm trying to remember. I know it literally 2 minutes, not even,
It
right?
didn't seem like he did.
I don't think he played stun lancers. No, I'm pretty sure he did.
Okay, because I think that would have really helped him out. I mean, again, like he
I
knows
could be
Katt was
wrong.
on Milloween. He knows stun lancers is pretty good against Golem, so I have to wonder if maybe that was a better choice than something else that he had in his deck at the time. So yeah, he is now down to just his King Puff, I believe. Yeah, because Katt had banned the Milloween. So
yeah, it'll be the King Puff. Do you think that the King Puff has it against this Milloween list from Katt? Do you think he has what it takes in that list, or looking at his sideboard, do you think he can pull something out that'll make the difference?
Well, the bunch of mid-range minions that Floforian has tend to be pretty good against golems. Like the tank is good, the flightless dragons are good, stun lancers are good if he puts that in. Assassin can be good as well. So he has plenty of like good options to deal with the golems. He just also needs to make sure that he can deal with the stun lancers and Howling Moon. So if he can sideboard some ways to deal with that, like keep the defensive chopper, that was very smart to put that in the sideboard, then I think he does have a good chance. He has at least a shot. Like, it's not like 100% in Katt's favor. Like,
No, it's not 100%. I don't think it's 100% either. I still think it's slightly Katt favored here. I think the Milloween is slightly favored, but there is a chance.
all right, well, we'll see if Floforian can stun his way to victory. He's got even more stuns than before, at least hopefully. Does that bridge swap at least? And
The
flying
dark
is
side
still a
of
problem.
the bad side of this, right, is if Floforian does manage to pull this off, he still has 2 other lists to go through from Katt, which is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, but at least he'll make the match interesting, okay?
Not looking for the one-sided, huh?
Alright, he does have flightless dragons, so that's good to see as well. And we saw the stun lancers a bit earlier. Looks like bridge swap is not going to be timed for this. Okay, he does have assassin as well. So far, looks like he's taken my advice. He also has the Scrat tank. So yeah, I think he got pretty much all of the good units that I said were pretty good against the golem. Interesting swap though. He swapped it away from the golem.
Yeah.
Oh, you know this Clear Skies is coming to heal this bot lane golem in just a second. It's gonna be a bit problematic for Florian here. Maybe not. Maybe Katt just wants to do some damage. Although Katt's more damage than Florian still. So, and yeah, the assassin kills that golem because Katt was too stingy to save it.
Yeah.
Oh, black hole. That's very interesting from Floforian. I wonder what he was worried about that Katt would play. Magma Storm, I guess. Maybe he thought Katt might switch to like a more of a control variant, but I don't know. King Puff tends to be pretty good against Magma Storms anyway, just because his units get shields and he can swap them around.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was
And
necessary.
that Clear Skies came out just in time for Katt there.
Another interesting swap. I mean, when you swap minions, you typically want something ready on the other side where they're stunned so that you can kill them, and Floforian failed to do that, so he's gonna take a bit of damage here. So, yeah, I mean, on paper, he's like, should be doing pretty well against what Katt's bringing. It just seems like he's not playing the right things at the right times here. Okay, well, it just seems like his swaps are being very defensive. Like he's playing stuff to like, he's playing swaps to sort of like avoid Katt's minions. And I think he needs to be playing the swap in order to kill Katt's minions.
Yeah, a little more proactively.
Yeah. But looks like he did make a bit of progress, did a bit more damage to Katt. Katt's now below in health, although not sure how much that matters because both players are getting up in experience. So this might be a game where the health total doesn't really make much of a difference. So let's see, does Floforian have swap for these wolves? It'd be a good time to do it. No, he doesn't. But Floforian's still taking back control. I mean, as he should, because this is perk 2 for Floforian. He does have like a strength advantage. Things are about to swing back in Katt's favor because he's about to hit perk 3.
Yeah, he just dinged perk 3 there.
And now, wow.
And I don't think we've specifically said it, but it's worth mentioning here, really, that Clear Skies, in addition to the healing being such a good thing, right, is really solid against King Puff in general, like King Puff perk 2. I know when I was first getting into the game and starting to play Clear Skies Milloween, that was one of the nicer things, because King Puff was really, really running rampant.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, if you're the King Puff player, you should be hopefully like getting out minions, like enraged and shield minions faster than the opponent can Clear Skies them off.
Yeah.
And even if they can spam Clear Skies, like they have to spend 3 mana to do that, so
yeah,
in a lot of situations it's not even worth it. But I think just the problem here is like Floforian did just sort of get behind early on with some suboptimal swaps and other plays. And now it's really hard to come back when Katt has these huge golems.
Yeah, these are massive golem, and Katt really in a good spot here to take this game as well. I don't want to doom and gloom and try to foretell the future 100%, but I really feel like, again, we're in a spot where this is sort of Katt's game to lose. He's 35 XP away from Mana Frenzy, and although the HP bar is down, he's definitely in control of this game, I'd say. Floforian could still win. It's not completely over. He needs to try to get a big push. He needs to try to get something like an uncontrolled push through somehow. Maybe a clever bridge swap or a really good black hole or something, but
So yeah, I do want to talk a little bit about Floforian's choice of Beam of Doom, which I think, in my opinion, is the worst card he put in his deck for this matchup. Because he's King Puff, he shouldn't need Beam of Doom. He should be able to like swap bridges, play a bunch of stuff where the enemies are stunned, and kill them all that way. Like,
yeah,
it seems like for a significant part of this game, Beam of Doom has been sitting fairly uselessly in his hand and making his plays really awkward, and has really contributed to him falling behind. And it's sort of just all snowballed to this situation.
yeah.
It's like, okay, Beam of Doom's good now, but it's not going to save you against all this.
And
so,
ladies and gentlemen, if you have been watching the tournament today, you will have seen a lot of Milloween bans, and this is why. This series can really showcase why you see the Milloween ban. if you were wondering why she's not something a lot of people want to play against.